watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Just because someone may feel healthy doesn't mean there aren't problems developing under the surface. And Dr. Keith Currie is devoted to helping his patients discover those problems and develop ways to live happier, healthier, more empowered lifestyles. So Keith is here today with us, along with two of his patients, Vernon and Remona, to share how functional medicine practice has improved their quality of life. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, first of all, Keith, what happened to your style? Your patients are outdressing you. They look amazing.
I know. I'm usually wearing the blue, but I switched over, trying something a little bit different, and we'll see how it works.
I'm teasing
My patients
you.
are kind of voting, the black scrubs or the blue scrubs, and so we'll see what happens.
I'm teasing you. I hope you don't mind if I go off script just a little bit here. I just saw that you got board certified. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think that is such a significant feather in your cap. Would you just take a quick minute and tell people what that means?
Absolutely. Well, it's something I've worked on for over 10 years. I've gone to a lot of seminars, a lot of lectures out of state, a lot of online learning as well. And I recently went to Chicago and took my board exam, and I passed, and now I'm a board certified chiropractic internist. And that's, to me, very special. Only 0.02% of chiropractors worldwide have those credentials. And so, it's my mom said, well, son, that's what your papaw would call high cotton.
Okay, I will call that high cotton too. I like that. I would call you smarty pants. And very good at what you do. Why are you so passionate about functional medicine?
Well, it's deeper than that. It's about helping people. Here we are, in 2023, and we would like to think that when we go to a doctor or to a specialist or anything, whether it's spinal care or whether it's general health care or even a specialty type situation, that we would get quality health care. And from what my patients tell me, that's not typically what happens. And so, whenever I work with patients, I try to just give them that time and spend the time with them to learn about them, figure out what's driving the cause of their problems and figuring out why and answering that question, why, and then what do you do to prevent illness and help them get healthier and thrive.
And we have two shining examples of this work. We have Remona and Vernon. Thank you both for being here. So let's talk about their story and how you were able to help them.
Well, it's really interesting. My patients are like family, and they will tell you that. I mean, they say it all the time. And so Vernon and Remona actually just stopped by the clinic to say hello. They're former patients, and they stopped by to say hello. And they told me they were there, and I went out. Oh, hey, how are y'all doing? And we just had a great visit and everything. And I told them about what I'm doing with my functional medicine practice now, and they didn't even really know that I was doing much of that. And so then they said, well, let's do it, Dr. Currie. And then so we did some blood work, and we're doing other testing. Now, the blood work that I do is not just a general, how would y'all describe it?
In depth. Very in depth. Very in depth. Very thorough. Complete. Where other doctors, they do the surface part. Dr. Currie went deep, found things that we had no idea that was going on in our bodies. So we thank him for that.
So does this give you peace of mind? Does this help you live a healthier, active lifestyle? How does this improve the quality of your life?
Well, it lets you know what's going on with your body. His supplements that he has, they help you to, give your body that needed extra. That's what's going on with your body. So it's very good that we know him and knew the ways he has to help us. Very important in our life.
One of the things that was special to me, Nichole, was what you were telling me about cleaning your house. Will you share a little bit about that?
Yes. It got to the point to where I was just, if I had to sweep the floor or something like that, I had to sit down for a few minutes because I was so exhausted. And just typical things around the house that you had to do, it was very difficult for me to do that.
And so how was it visiting with Dr. Currie, and what kind of things has he done to help improve your feelings?
Well, we did the 21-day cleanse, and he gave us a menu on what we had to eat and the supplements to take. And by doing that, I feel so much better. I don't have the brain fog like I used to. I'm not exhausted, and I have so much energy and strength now.
Interesting. You know, I mean, there are aches and pains that we walk around with, Dr. Keith, that we just think, you know, oh, you know, it's not. It's just a nuisance. I'm just getting older, what have you. So, you know, you've got Vernon and Remona who weren't necessarily ill, but you know, maybe we're feeling a little down. And this is exactly the kind of patient that can come to you and get that extra boost.
110%.
Yes,
and then,
it is.
You know, will you share a little bit about the cardiovascular things that we found out on your blood work?
Yes. Basically, I was on the verge of having a heart attack or a stroke. And once he did my blood work and got all of the stats, he saw what was going on inside, and then he gave me the supplements that I needed to prevent all of that from happening.
Wow. Life-saving.
Yes, I mean, it really is. It's so many patients will say it's life-changing, but then a lot of them say, hey, Dr. Currie, this absolutely saved my life. You know, and it's just wonderful. I had a patient the other day say, Dr. Currie, I'm not doing the work with you to extend my life because I know that my time was stamped in a book before I ever came into this earth. But the time that I do have here, I want it to be quality.
Yeah. So Remona, what would you say to somebody who is just getting introduced to Dr. Currie or who has considered visiting him but hasn't done so yet?
What's within you is very important. Our health is what we need and what we have to live by. And just like you invest and do other things that you choose to do, it's always good to invest in your health as well and take that quality time and contact Dr. Currie, and he'll send you through the steps that you need to go through in order to be a healthier you.
Beautiful. Well, thank you both for sharing your stories. Love your fashion, of course. Dr. Currie, thank you for all of your efforts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And
Appreciate
congratulations
you.
again.
Thank you.
Now, for more information on Dr. Currie and his functional medicine practices or to book a consultation, visit drcurrie.com. Now, it's not Greek to me. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe is the #1 spot in town for the freshest food inspired by the flavors of the Mediterranean. And we'll dive into all of it right after this. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.